Hey, YouTube. Can y'all hear me? Where is everybody? Hey, YouTube. I don't know if y'all can see me. I don't think y'all can. All right, I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Hey, YouTube. I know y'all see a beautiful background. That's not my house, unfortunately. But it could almost be my house. Well, not really. That ain't true. Well, put it this way. The door is going to look similar to mine once I get my brand new door coming up sometime this week. But anywho, I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes. See y'all in the chat. So it's two of y'all in the chat. Please leave a comment, thumbs up, leave a message so I can know who I'm addressing. I know y'all can't see me because I'm not in the picture. And let me see if I could change this setting. So hold on a second. All right, come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. Before I start. So as you can see, about the PPP scams that I made a video a couple of days ago, and did a brief video on that, and how they're cracking down on these PPP loans and things of that nature. And I gave y'all some tips about what to look for, and what to do to avoid, because they are really narrowing down on these scams. But of course, like I tell y'all, I didn't get no PPP loan. I did the grant because, one, you had to fill out information and request authorization to look at your tax return transcript. Which is the same process when you get the PPP loan. But, people, there's things that I've been looking at and reading about, people getting luxury cars and all kind of crazy stuff. That's you're going to be careful about. But anyway, so next week, I'll be in New Orleans, well, Harvey, Louisiana, which is right outside of New Orleans, to my nephew's wedding. And that's the sister that I was telling you about when I went to the graduation of my niece couple years ago in Houston. That's her son, my nephew. He's getting married. First, I wasn't going to go because I had to, one, I would have to take an occurrence from work because you have to be there 90 days before you could use any personal time. My 90 days is not going to be until July. But, I said, well, they give you so many hours before they let you go. You don't have to be, you almost have to be out for a whole week before they do that. But like I explained to the manager, I said, I knew about this wedding before I got hired. And it's only going to be like 3 days. No, 2 days. And then it's being so slow, nobody's called in to inquire about the shots or anything. So now the hours was reduced from 40 hours to 32 hours a week. So I'll be off Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And this is the beginning of the week. So, but I pretty much knew that this was not a permanent position. I mean, the assignment is with the CDC, but the company, Maximus, they have several different contracts. So I'm just going to hang in there with this particular one. And then, Intuit TurboTax, once they resume again, they'll either bring some people back at the end of the year. And then, before I know it, December, January will come around and then they go right on back to work again. But we'll see what happens. I'm always open for different career paths and things of that nature, But I'm seriously going to do my tax business, back consulting business, and resume really concentrating on that. And of course, I'm always learning new skills, or at least I'm trying to learn new skills. So what I went down with one person. All right, I ain't gonna stay long since nobody didn't seem to come on in the room. So I'll be going away next week. And Harvey, Louisiana, which is right outside of New Orleans. And it'll be kind of interesting because, I didn't get the shots, but I will be wearing my mask. I'll try not to sit next to anybody because hopefully I ain't gonna say I'm gonna sit by myself. Hey, your pleasure. But that'll be something interesting to see, But I will be wearing my mask. I don't care. So hopefully I'm not gonna sit in the middle. And hopefully I'll just bring me a blanket or something because sometimes those planes be cold. But going to New Orleans, going there, there's a layover in Orlando for a few hours. The hell? And then I'll get to New Orleans at 11:20. So, but coming back is a straight shot. There is no layover, but things are subject to change. You never know. But I found a flight. The total cost for the flight was $320 something, which includes the taxes and everything, round trip. Because I had to find those rates, but the other regular rates, and this is Southwest Airline, it was like 300 something one way, 350. I don't think I saw anything over 400, but it was around a good mid 300s. And I didn't make the hotel reservation, so I'll make that during the week when they see if I can find me a good hotel rates. But I'm not staying long. Hey, who else is in here other than your pleasure 721? It's three of y'all, but only one person I see. So this is tomorrow's Memorial Day, the beginning of summer, basically, the beginning of travel plans, and I'm really curious to see if people are gonna be jumping on the road like that. With the prices of gas. Gas today was like 284, 282. Well, thank you. And I didn't see it go up, so I'm surprised. It went down a little bit from last week, but like I said, it just all depends what happens during the summer. Hopefully, no major storms would happen, hurricane season, and nothing else. But they said the gas prices was going to be increasing because a lot of people who deliver the gas, there's a shortage of workers because last year when they had the shutdown, um, a lot of those schools to train people to be those refineries for the gas went down, and a lot of people, and it's very regulated, so a lot of people um, had their license snatched because when you doing that type of work, it's hard work. But they said it was a shortage of workers and personnel. They said this last year, but if you didn't really pay attention to that, no one would really not be aware of that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in regards to pricing and hospitality and the hotels and how that goes. So, I'll be making some calls tomorrow at a couple of hotels because I don't want to be um, paying. They say one thing, oh, we don't offer breakfast, and and you're not paying for nothing. I don't. I don't know. I'm used to going to different hotels that serve like a full buffet breakfast type of thing. You know, because let me tell you, these restaurants is bump their dumb head. And I'm not talking about like full service restaurants. I'm talking about where did I go to? The Jamaican restaurant to get it wasn't even a restaurant. It was just Jamaican patties, and they wanted to charge extra if you use your check card or debit card. And I went to the drive-through to get 3 Jamaican patties. It was like $7.30 something cent. I was like, what the hell? Usually Jamaican patties will be like $1.50, maybe $2. I'll give it $2. But to go up like that and to turn around and charge just to use your check card or credit card, I was like, mm-mm. And they got the nerve to have a receipt with the tip. I was like, mm-mm. I crossed that thing straight on out. I haven't been tipping lately. I've gone to, I know Panera, and you committed to Panera. I go to Panera, but I buy the gift cards that I get from what I was getting from Intuit. So I would get these different gift cards. I didn't spend all of it on food and things, but I did get me some different gift cards to buy something. So um, I had accumulated so many um, gifts with gift cards. I think I had over 700 something dollars worth of gift cards. With Intuit, they always give you if you work so many hours or if you work these number of hours on Sunday or whatever. It was like an award, some kind of spotlight rewards. But of course, they taxed it. So I do have a lot of gift cards that I purchased before the season ended last week. So I bought me a lot of gift cards for Lowe's. They didn't have a choice for Home Depot, but I bought Lowe's. I think I have a few for Marshalls, so that will come in handy because I need to buy me a dress for the wedding. Well, honestly, I need to buy me something to wear for next week. So, and I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of clothes, but I'm going to buy me probably a good little summer type of dress. I don't know if it's going to be hot in New Orleans next week. You never know. Next week come around, it might be 90 degrees, but My nephew said their colors is like green and gold or something, gold, something like that. I don't know. I was like, gold. I said, now he didn't say to be he said it was semi-formal, but he didn't really tell me about the color scheme. But I'm not in the wedding, so. But I'll find something. It'll be something. My mother's not gonna go because she don't feel comfortable going out there all up in a crowd of people with COVID, of course. And I understand that. My mother's 72. Yeah, she's like 72, 71, 72. So, and then she was saying that when she was looking at flights and stuff, um, she said it was like over $1,000. I don't know. She don't take Southwest Airlines or nothing like that. But I guess when she was looking at the flights and things like that, it was gonna cost over $1,000. And I was like, how could be so much? I didn't really understand that, but I didn't know. But like I said, mine was three something. So I figured when I price some hotels tomorrow, it'd probably be around six something. But I'm not gonna rent a car, so I don't need to be doing that because I don't like driving in cities that I'm not familiar with, and I don't like, when I go out of town or something, I'm out to like you can take Uber. All I need, it's not like I need to be driving around anywhere. All I need to do is be able to go to the airport to the hotel and be taken back. And I probably could take Uber, but who's to say? You know, when you go out of town, hey, C Henner 12, I ain't seen you in a long time. Then you say my whole name, Teresa. So I'll be going to New Orleans next week. I'll leave Friday afternoon, and I'll be back Sunday afternoon. So, and then sometime my summer plans, what my summer plans going to be? My summer plans, I'm going to make a trip to visit my friend Max. She lives in Tucson, Arizona. She used to live here in Atlanta. I used to live in Snellville. So I'm going to be going out there to visit her. And I was still supposed to be doing that trip with Avon since she came to visit me last year around right before my birthday. And we were supposed to plan someplace to go together somewhere. So I've been looking at so that's what I'm going to do. That's I know I'm going to make my trip. I'm going to make that trip to visit my friend Max in Tucson. But I would like to go somewhere local, like the beach. But I don't know. I'm on the fence at that because, I ain't took no shot. I didn't do the vaccine, even though I do work for a company where I'm supposed to tell people information about it. But I'm kind of like, I had pray to God, all this time that I've managed to dodge the COVID, and hopefully making this trip to New Orleans next week will not be no kind of no, I'm not gonna talk into that existence. I'm not gonna talk all that damn noise. People, I'm not gonna talk that into existence. Like I said, I'm just gonna wear my mask and I'm gonna wear it on the plane, in the airport, even at the wedding, because when you had the RSVP, it said mask will be required. So I will be wearing my mask. I may be, taking pictures and stuff. I'll take it off. I'm gonna take it, like pictures and stuff. But when I'm sitting there, or whatever, I'm gonna, ain't nobody gonna be sitting all up on me like that. It's supposed to be at the Palm. So as long as you keep the social distance, I don't know. People just got a little bit too lackadaisy about, they could, not getting a vaccine and just walking around. I don't know what I've been seeing lately. I still see people wearing masks, but I don't see a whole lot of people. Yeah, I have to work on Memorial Day. I don't understand it. It's a third party company for the CDC, but they say we have to work to Memorial Day. So it will be holiday pay, but by them changing to a 40-hour week to 32 hours, I'll be working Monday and then I'll be off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because the calls are not coming in. So in actuality, tomorrow it'll probably be so slow. I ain't gonna say slow because ever since I've started, I'm probably taking what, one call, no, two calls. One of the calls, the person couldn't even hear me or they wasn't on the phone. And then they would do these test calls, like they would call in and say, "This is a test call, please transfer." But then ain't nobody calling in like that. So it's kind of like a free day. I just have to log on, make sure that I'm, close to my desk. So if someone do call, I'm there to answer. But shoot, that's the easiest. This is the easiest 16.75 per hour job ever. So I guess I don't know. They got that, companies like that got that money through that American Rescue or American Plan, part of that stimulus to $2.1 trillion. Most of that, if you really break down that bill, companies like Maximus and it's like several temp agencies, a whole bunch of companies was hired to answer calls or make appointments on the phone regarding this virus. I don't take up, so far I don't have to take appointments, but if I was like another queue, then people say, I want to make a point, but shoot, that's easy money. Just to sit there all day, I leave literally all day today. Get up at 8 o'clock, 9:30, we go into a meeting code where we don't even do a meeting, and then go to break and lunch, and that's it. I'm just sitting there, not nothing going through. But I can't. I'm gonna be grateful because, like I said, right now I'm just gonna sit there, do whatever, and then when they decide, I think this position is gonna last until at least the fall. Like I want to say September. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. To be honest, I don't know. I just gonna come to work every day, whatever. You know, worst thing that could happen is that the contract ends and then I could apply for unemployment because even though with Intuit, you know, those few months I have to take off until they call people back again. Um, I could collect unemployment, but I don't know if I could get unemployment if I'm working another. You know what? I'm gonna apply just to see what happens. But I've managed to have my cushion of money saved up, so it's so easy to find another job. If I was to go somewhere else and apply, there's several companies I'm going to be applying to tomorrow. They hiring, and I'm not talking about these restaurant jobs either, but they had I'm going to look and see, but I just really want to I really want to look for a career. At this point, I know I'll be 53 coming up in November. I'm not trying to get like a whole bunch of stress. I don't want to be stressed on a job like customer service and people acting a fool, but I know to make money. I still can make money in many different ways. You know, so I'm still doing my other. I'm still doing my other little gigs. With survey and then observer and things like that. And I'm still doing those, but still squirreling money away. But other than that, ain't nothing much really going on. Well, like I said, when I was doing TurboTax Intuit, January, February, right before I finished training around January or so, it was on and popping. all the way up until when the IRS extended the tax deadline to May 17th. It was like busy. That's why y'all haven't been seeing me, because I was working, when I was working at Wayfair for that beginning of the year, and then I was doing Intuit, but it was mostly part time when I was doing Intuit, because you choose your own hours. Then when Wayfair showed their true stupid colors, I still got their stupid equipment. I don't understand why they can't come up and give me the correct return labels, shipping labels, so they can get their shit back, you know. And then tomorrow I'll be boxing up my laptop, returning it back to Intuit. So I said, it don't make no sense. I said, why don't you just keep the computer and just turn off the network? Why are you gonna just return it just to turn around? 3-4 months later, they bringing it back to you, unless they plan on giving us something brand new. You don't get the same exact computer, but I don't know. It didn't make no sense to me. So, but other than that, ain't nothing much that I'll be doing this summer. I mean, I'm going to the wedding next week. I'm gonna try to do some remodeling myself. So I'm gonna start doing some videos. I bought me a toolkit with 2 drills. I'm gonna have to show y'all tomorrow once I do a before, not an after, because it's gonna take me a minute to do anything renovating. So I'm gonna try to renovate each room at a time. I'm gonna start with the bathroom downstairs, because I need to buy me some paint to paint my brand new door when they deliver it. Sometime this week they should be calling me so they can know when they're gonna come out and install my brand new entry door. And then I'm just gonna start doing some remodeling. I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos on DIY projects and people, painting bathrooms and replacing things. And I said, you know what? I'm not giving no more money to people to fix something, I'm gonna have to learn to fix things myself. Unless it requires a license, like an electrician. One thing I'm not gonna mess with is come with electricity or plumbing. Everything else, I could probably figure it out and do it myself. So I'm gonna show y'all. It's not gonna be live stream when I do it. So I'm gonna start making little videos like that. Like I said, okay, let me show y'all what I'm gonna do. So right now I'm gonna have to plan and make a list of things that I want to purchase and how I'm going to. So that'll be a very interesting thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna really go to Home Depot and Lowe's for a lot of new things. There's a lot of places you can go to. Habitat of Humanity. A lot of people be selling. So I'm going to be doing my little research on that. Learn how to tile, learn how to paint. Now I may not paint all of things in my house, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it one step at a time. Do some of these. Hopefully my garden is starting to grow out, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow. When I'm not doing nothing, I'm gonna do a video and show y'all some of my progress on my seedlings. I thought I had downloaded a video about it one time, but it didn't have no sound. No, I was like, this thing ain't had no sound. So hopefully I could piece the videos together and show y'all the progress. I still haven't seen any fruit. But hold on a second, y'all. I was asking my sister, my other sister, to live in Albany, Georgia, if she was going to the wedding. She said, yes, I will call you back in an hour, but I don't know if she said, yes, she's going to the wedding or yes, she's going to call me back. Well, I'm going to ask her I'm going to ask her what time or what day she'll be going. Because if that's the case, I hope we could go to the same. I hope if she was flying, we would be on the same airline or take the same airline. Maybe we could get we could meet up somewhere. But if she's going to fly, she would have to drive from Albany to Atlanta to the airport. But at the same time, I do. She could also drive there. I don't know. We'll see. I'll find out. I hope she gets to go because she'll be a buffer between me and my dumbass other sister, because we do not. I don't know. I just had a feeling like she don't want me to go there. Even though my nephews, he said it's not about her, it's about me, it's my. But my sister makes things very difficult because she act like she didn't want me to go. When she first told me, she was like, "Well, it can only be 7 people, 8." She tried to make it sound like it could only be 5 people or some. Now, I understand justice is a peace. Now I do understand, and this was before they did the lift of the coat, the lifted the mask thing, but I found it peculiar how when I went to the website and I put in my RSVP, and I know I responded, and then when I went to check, I didn't, and I put my name in there, it didn't pop up on the list. I'm just gonna ignore her. I'm not. I ain't got time to deal with my other sister. I just don't. She said some very mean, hateful things, and like I said, it is about my nephew, my new niece, and my grandniece baby that I'll be meeting for the first time. Now, the other 2 sons are not going to be there, but I don't know. It's probably a whole mess with that. I'm not even going to bring it up because I'm quite sure I'll hear about it sometime in the future, but it don't take a whole lot to know. But anyway, it'll be good to go out to finally be out and not be all with this quarantine, everybody staying in the house. Just, I want to be cautious, that's for sure. I'm going to be cautious, but I'm not going to be so nilly-willy with the people walking around with no mask on. And I always wondered what happened. If it had a breakout again, would the news even come back and say anything, or would they, if it was something real bad happened, it just, would they come out and would anyone say anything about it? That's what makes me wonder. Is that something they would ever come back and say, oh, because, I'm quite sure they're not going to go back to the lockdown and people wear, if something came back up and it came out and I think the fact that they're not even going to try to come back and shut down the economy, or that people just gonna just go crazy, I don't know. I would have felt a whole lot better that it would not say 2 years of shutdown. Oh, look at here, Mr. Safety Forever. It's been a long time since I've seen you. That's been what, 4 years? Maybe 5? No, it's not 5 because I left 2016. It's going on 5 years. How are you doing? See, and then after that, now I do a video and I'm not even showing my face. I'm showing a background. So you're gonna make me stay on here a little bit longer just because you came on here. I was gonna I'm not gonna. It's 36 minutes I've been on here, so I ain't been on here long. But 3, I don't know now. I don't think it was 3 years. It seems more like 4. Well, it's not 5 years yet because 5 years I started doing the Uber, Lyft, and all that stuff. It was at least I want to say July, August, because it was 2016 when I left the government. So that'll be 5 years coming up since I left. But it's been a minute though. It's been a minute since I've seen your name. But I'll be cautious. I'll be careful. I'm gonna still wear my mask, even keep my little distance. But in regards to people talk about, oh, if you got a vaccine, you don't have to wear no mask and all that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I know that's easier said than done, but to plan on a virus and stuff like that, and then less than a year, usually takes 2-3 years before anything is approved and tested. I mean, I know they did tests and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm a little bit leery about that, but I don't know. I might see if I could walk somewhere. If I, get the first shot, maybe do it this week before I leave, because you do have to wait 3 weeks in between to get it, unless you get the one shot deal. But all I know is that if they gave the shot, they talking about a booster. So, someone says, well, it's no different than taking the flu shot, but everybody don't take no flu shot. Yeah, I want to shoot. But see, I didn't take no vaccine. I didn't take no vaccine. I ain't did not one. And I'm supposed to be speaking about it for the CDC. You know, my mother, she took it. My sister, they got it. And my mother was the main one who was talking about, I ain't getting no shot. You ain't putting that in me. I don't know what that is. And then she tell me she got it. So I'll probably take it. I'll probably go this week and take it. But I'll be mad if I took it and then they tell me, "Oh no, you got it." Then I have to cancel my. They don't let me. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna speak in existence because I already took the. I already got tested. I ain't had it when I first took it, so ain't no way I feel that I got it now. So who knows? I may go there this week. I'm gonna find. Let me see. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, but I have to work tomorrow. And then I'll be off 3 days because I got 3 days off since they changed 40 hours to 32 hours. So I'll take it sometime this week within these 3 days. Well, all y'all coming on here now. There's 80 y'all, but how come I only see one, two, three people in the chat? All right, where's the other? Now I know Dorian, you probably working. Erica, you probably watching. Oh, please get the Pfizer. I only had a sore arm. Okay. Some people say they didn't feel nothing. Well, I remember that the Pfizer. I probably would have gotten it sooner. When you had to be a certain criteria, I would have gotten it then. But when I went to look for a place to go, either they didn't have it or my number never did got up. Hardy, you got it too. Hey, Ruthie, Dorian. See, now when I call your names out, y'all come on in here now. What? Hey, Teresa, I'm sorry to tell you, but my family can rot in hell and what? Lord Jeremy, I hate to see what happened. What happened now? Don't be long winded either because I'm gonna go to bed in the next few minutes. Well, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the shot. I'm gonna see if I do it this week. If I don't do it this week, then I do it when I come back. But oh Lord, jeez. I would hate to say what happened with that comment, but I don't know. There's nothing else really. Let me see. No, nothing else I could think of. Yeah, I'm gonna get the shot done. But yeah, I've been looking at Southwest Airlines, Dorian, and man, they got like $49 flights and stuff on Southwest Airlines, DC, Baltimore. But I'm gonna plan my trip. If I don't go during the summer, because I don't know about being a whole bunch of crowds. I would want to go somewhere like the beach somewhere, but I can't even tell if it's gonna be hot because it's still cool here in Georgia. I mean, it probably was sunny and stuff, but it really hasn't been. I don't know. People been going to the beach, but I would try to figure out what the weather is. And you know what that happened with that mass shooting up in Miami with that person this today? Was it today? What's the day? Now it's technically. I keep thinking today is Monday, but it's dang Sunday. The fool person, whoever group of people jump out of the van or SUV and shot up those people at that club in Miami. But I'm like, and it's like you either have to be afraid of people coming out shooting like crazy, or um, thinking you in crowds with the Rona. But shoot, so far it don't seem to be. This is really this Memorial Day weekend or tomorrow's holiday is going to be the first test about how that really is going to run. You know, I know. What? Who are them? If they keep telling me who I am, I know who I am. I heard secrets about my so-called boop. See, you have to learn how to let things go. I know it's easier for me to say that considering that I'm in situations where certain things I can't let go, but life is too short, Jeremy. Life is too short, you know. Sometimes the closest people you think will stab you in the back, but I spent a whole lot of time focusing on what people thought of me or worried about saying stuff and putting me down. I'm gonna tell you, my own grandmother, she'd be sly, slick mouth too about certain things she say. My mother, my sister, they all cut from the same cloth when it comes to being critical and putting people down. And I wrote that years ago in a diary that I came across a couple of days ago, and I read it. And sometimes, when someone always say hurt people, and like my other sister tell me, she said sometimes you have to just keep your distance, love people from afar. Because I think like I said, I spent a whole lot of pain and heartache worrying about what other so-called other relatives, aunts, people saying things, and then it takes your joy. Nobody can't take your joy, but if you could allow people to do that, when you get worried about what other people say or word, but you thinking, they moving on with their own lives. They gonna move on with their own lives. You know, this damn fly is getting on my freaking nerves. Shit. I know the window in the back is open, and I know Harden, you love to say something. No, it wasn't you. Who else used to say that all the time when I had to keep this back window open? Well, anyway, you just can't let people get to you like that. I know it got to me. It's a shame that when a black man who's sweet trying to care about people getting treated like garbage, but if it's any other race, they won't do that. See, that's the thing. You need to stop letting people take advantage of you, Jeremy. Stop letting people, oh, I need you to take me here, and they get in this car and do this. Sometimes you have to say no and love people from afar. You can't let people. Don't let people take. See, you two. See, you put it. You put. I ain't gonna say put your feelings on your shoulders, but stop doing things for people who's not gonna do things for you. You know, you give people the power to take care, to take your joy, and they gonna live their life. They gonna live. They gonna live their life and move on, and won't give two brat butts about what your feelings are or what you think or anything else. You know, I think that as I've gotten older, Shelly, you know that is not my home. You know my house don't look like that. The only difference, let me tell you what this. Only thing I could say, you know what? This could look like my home, but it's not. The only difference is you see where the fireplace in the piano, where that section of my house, that's actually where my kitchen is, and then it's the counter that faces the um living room, which is where you see the yellow chair and the beige chair. I actually have an out space like look like that, and then you see where it has those right behind the couch, that white couch, and there's like another little room. That's a sitting room, but that's not. But there's like a but there is no window in between that. That's a whole open space. That could look like my place, but the only difference is if you take. Well, I don't know. One day I will maybe when I have my phone, and then I could. Y'all saw my house before when I did the cleaning, that major cleaning and stuff. But I wish my house would look like that set up. But in a way, if I was to have it redesigned and reestablished, it could look. I probably could do something, but it ain't gonna look like that though. See, that's the thing. You don't need to stop expressing yourself. You don't owe no explanation to anyone. See, you said when I get mad, first of all, don't talk to people when you're mad. You don't owe no explanation about anything. You know, ain't no explanation and no. Well, let me explain myself, and just move on. Move on. Because I think you're trying to seek validity in your choices to people. You don't know nobody no explanation. Jeremy, I always told you, even when I spoke to you, I know I came off hard on you on a few things that you tell me about. That's why I kind of tell it as like it is. And I'm not saying it out of mean, to be mean or hateful or whatever, or tough love or whatever you want to call it. But we had this conversation before. Now, like I said, sometimes you have to create, not even create, strangers or friends could be your own family when your own family's not there for you. You know? See, I have a large family, and I talk about immediate family. I'm talking about like cousins, aunts, uncles on both sides of my family. And with my cousins, we range in different age. As each of us have a group, a subgroup. Me, my sister, my cousin Travis, we in that one group because we are like the original three, even though I'm number one. And then I have cousins. I never really had friends per se because I had so many cousins, first cousins, that they were my friends. I mean, I have people who are friends, they were at church, but I always have different people of different associations. And growing up, we had, people come home for Christmas, Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house and stuff. And I had we had a real a nice, close knit family when I was growing up. But then as I've gotten older, and even in my family, they're very strong willed people in a sense. Everybody got an opinion about something and they will argue down, you know. Sometimes I get those same qualities, people say, yeah, let me talk, you know, trust me. And I got that from family members. That's something you've grown in a family, you know. And they always put these high expectations, especially in my mother's side of the family. And how can I say this? Because it's going to be another story. I'm going to have to tell it another story. But it ain't going to be tonight because I'm not going to be here for 2-3 hours talking on this. And each groups or generation in my family, people always was very critical about things. And I think a lot of my cousins, one of the things that I always regret was that I wasn't able to, I didn't have any children. Now, I was pregnant once before, but that's another story altogether. And, but at that time, I was like, oh my God, I was married, things, I mean, I'm not like born in 1950 something, but the cousins that I have now, even the male cousins, it's like people have kids and you be like, well, dang, who the baby daddy is, who the person, who the father of this child, and people they just have a bunch of kids, my nephew included, but that's another story. But I don't want to get too deep in that story and tell his business. I ain't gonna do that. But a lot of them have babies, baby mamas, and all this stuff, and it's like nothing. Nobody has no shame about it. I have another cousin. She had a little girl, and then she's pregnant again. She's about to have a child again in September, and I was like, I mean, I've seen the baby daddy on Facebook, but ain't nobody speaking about. And everybody ain't got to get married and stuff. But it's to me, I think a lot of women, particularly, have kids because they feel that they are really doing it out of obligation to their parents, so they don't be grandparents. But I'm not saying they're being irresponsible, but it's just like I have certain cousins. I was like, they pregnant, but then you hear nothing about who the father is and what happened, and then it's like my uncles and aunts and stuff. They just so want to be grandparents that they don't even you know care for the fact that most of my cousins or some of them probably can't even take care of a child, but they stay home and they have the parents, my uncles and aunts are there to take care of the kids and whatever. Now I ain't saying all my cousins, there's some of them. And some of my cousins I feel they're entitled. There's some of them they didn't get married, they didn't have no kids, but they went to college and went there for 2 years and left all that debt. And one of my aunts, my oldest aunt, my mother's oldest, my aunt Shirley, she paying student loans for three different of my cousins. Ain't none of them, all of them had high SAT scores. One was supposed to go to Virginia, one was supposed to went to Virginia Tech, and the other one went to University of Connecticut. Ain't none of them graduated. Ain't none of them went beyond. They went to school, and then they all three of them. Now I know two. I know one of them said, "Well, I didn't want to go to Virginia Tech. I didn't want to go to Virginia Tech anyway. You forced me to go there, and they didn't tell them nothing until the very last minute, until it was time to go back to school. She had to tell them that she got kicked out because she failed out. You know, and now this was years ago, but each of them are 5 years apart. And they went to school, they didn't finish, no reason. They didn't, it wasn't because they couldn't afford to go. Because believe you me, my aunts and uncles and stuff, when they had money to send them. If they, you know, but they just went on about their business, went on about their lives. They didn't pay no, I'm quite sure my aunt did not tell, oh, you're going to pay your own tuition and stuff like that, you know? But one was given a car to go to school, not just a regular car, a big ass SUV, whatever, to go back to school with. I was like, that didn't make any sense. A $50,000 car just to go back to school, you know? And then you didn't even finish. I mean, now they older now. They older now. But they just had this entitlement about themselves and like no care in the world. And then there's some of them, they talk about, oh, so he impregnate this girl and you ain't seen the child. They ain't on a birth certificate and nobody they ain't seem to say nothing. They it's like they didn't seem to say anything. But sometimes people in your own family could be real critical, really critical. And sometimes you do things out of obligation because of others. And you have to think about yourself. You know, very kind of you, Teresa, to help others. Life is too short to learn from my own mistakes. Exactly. One of my cousins telling me that blood is thicker than water, and I disagree with him after what my so-called twin sister did, and she want me to talk to her and respect her. Well, I don't know. It's something more to that story, but yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but like I said, people's opinions of what they feel and what you feel is right, or whoever is involved, or whoever. That's still exactly what it is. Their opinion, and they don't hold no water to anything. You know. But one of the things that I always, like I said, as I'm getting older, There's a lot of things that you have to let things go. You have to let things go. I'm not going to be under no obligation for no one. See, I don't have any children, you know, and it gets to the point where I have to learn to accept that I'm going to be right. I'm going to be good all by myself, you know. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I want to talk about that on there. That's personal. Well, say what's the well? Tell me what happened. Well, never mind, because that's a long thing, and you would have to text me or call me. I'm not gonna bring that up because ain't much that I could, I gotta tell you, you have to know how to stand up for yourself, Jeremy. See, you can't be. See, when you let people treat you like you stupid, and then you bring up then you thinking that you are, you need to learn how to stand up for yourself. Stop. And I know you told me something that very. I know you told me something that very was hurtful in that situation, but you can't stop letting people take advantage of you. If if you let people take advantage of you and talk to you kind of ways and treat you you need to know how to walk away. You know, because see, I don't know the whole situation. I heard the part that what you told me, but that other stuff, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know. I know your situation. I know I gave you some advice on what to do, especially since when you said when your mother passed away and stuff. You know, people will show their fucking ass. Okay, Mr. Safety Forever. Don't forget to come on back. I'll be on here regularly now, since I don't have these 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs to do anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing some short videos. I'm gonna try to do my DIY. Let me show y'all the project I'm gonna work on, and I'm gonna show y'all my aerobic kit that I bought. I haven't even opened the box yet. I got a saw, a hammer drill with 2 drills. There's a whole bunch of stuff I got. And I'm looking forward to doing it. God damn. Shit. I know this is gonna be all goddamn summer. People roughing up their motorcycle up and down this dang hill, up down this street. Yeah, I'm still here. I'll be back. I'll be making my regular channels, but I'm not gonna do a lot of live streaming. I need to do a little background. So, well, y'all have a safe Memorial Day, and for those who served our country and passed away, I salute y'all. I did have a relative, an uncle, my aunt's husband. He was, I don't know what war he was in, but he did die in war, and they always used to throw the flag out. So, but my aunt, she passed away, so I do have a relative who I want to say Vietnam. I need to ask more questions about what war did he serve, but I want to say Vietnam. I don't even know his first name. I know it was Watson. My aunt's name was Watson, but I know on Memorial Day they always used to fly the flag, but see, the brownstone used to living in the Bronx that burnt down, and my aunt she passed away. So, but I know at least one uncle who passed away, and that would have been that's Memorial Day. So there's a difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. You know, Memorial Day serves all those fallen heroes who served in war. So I salute those who passed and served this country and died in war. Happy Memorial Day. We need to stop focus on these holidays as a oh, it's a sale, or barbecue. Just salute those and honor those. A lot of these holidays turn into a shopping spree and holiday and barbecue, and it's not really not to say that they don't serve Memorial Day, they do have their they do ceremonies. And then this is also the 100 year of the Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. That was today. I've been reading up a lot of that Black Wall Street. I knew that for at least a couple of years, and that was 100 years, and 3 people actually still alive. But that's a whole new topic altogether. So, but you have a good night, Mr. Safety Forever. Okay, y'all, I'm about to go. It's going on 11:30, and I've been on here for an hour and 7 minutes. So, Safety Forever, Jeremy, Dorian, Shelly Shell. My pleasure. Harvin, Hardin, Henner. Nice to see you again, too. See Henner. Who else I'm thinking is on here? Erica. Who else I'm thinking might be on here? Leslie. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. Well, Ruthie, give me a call. Let me see what you up to. Because sometimes when you start going on like that, it's always something. Just give me a call. Or you can call me right now before I go to bed. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Talk to y'all tomorrow.